In what many people are calling the best thing since sliced bread, this is the first camera change of the series. So, behind me, we have a mixer. This is probably the most common type of mixer in the world for concrete. This is a gravity mixer. So called because it uses gravity to mix. Inside of this orange egg, we have two paddles, which are stationary. They're actually bolted to the bottom of the container. And on the side of this container, we have a rather beefy motor. I believe it is a half a horsepower to a horsepower electric motor. And in order to get this mixture to work, we tilt at the angle we desire, and we turn it on, which it's not plugged in, and also it's very loud, so I don't want to do that right now. But it'll just mix in this sort of motion with the two paddles going through the concrete. And one of the main ways it mixes is it just drops concrete on top of itself, and then the paddle scoops through it. The paddles have some holes cut in them, but it changes depending on. But this is the same type of concept a cement truck has, where it's just paddles inside of a drum that rotate to mix it up. There's a few advantages to this, and there's a few disadvantages in every engineering design ever. That's how it works, right? But the advantage to gravity mixer is that it is very simple, and you can scale it up to any size you want. As long as you have a big enough motor, you can keep scaling a gravity mixer up. And for most concrete, which has high water cement ratios, which has a large variety of aggregate in it, which doesn't have fiber, a gravity mixer like this is great. This is a very good design. However, for concrete canoe, where we typically deal with lighter weight concretes, which have fiber in them, this is not necessarily the best option for us. Especially because a gravity mixer, by its name, works with gravity to help mix. Well, when your density is half of traditional concrete, suddenly that gravity mixing doesn't do as much. And when you have a large amount of fiber in there, there's not enough shear in these blades to break up any fiber balls that could start forming. Now, shear is very, very important in concrete mixing. Again, drum mixers, fine. Don't need a lot of shear. You're kind of just dropping it on there. It's like cake batter. Cake batter, you don't have to really do a whole lot to get it to mix well, because it's so liquidy, it's so wet. You can just mix it up and pour it into the pan. You're good. But with thicker materials and lighter weight materials, we need high shear. We need our blades to be able to not just move the concrete, but cut through it. And to cut through it and shift it. And that is where a stand mixer comes in. And we will see a stand mixer coming up in a future video.